For years, I've been pointing out that Joe Biden, president allegedly, was brain dead. Now we know it for sure. We saw what happened in a recent debate. Democrats are panicking. They're asking him to resign, not to run for re-election, whatever the case may be. We're talking about the 25th Amendment, removing him potentially for being mentally and physically infirm. This person should frankly be doing coloring books. That's probably what he's been doing in the White House. It is a huge security risk. We have wars in the Middle East. We have wars in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine. We have a war on the horizon in China between China and Taiwan, and of course North Korea and Iran are saber rattling with nuclear weapons. There's no way that he can remain president for one day more. But he will dig in his heels because he believes that he needs to control the Justice Department to keep them off his back when he leaves. But as I said, the irony is, even though he's trashing the Supreme Court, they've confirmed that he can claim immunity as president for acts he took in office. That's the irony of the entire thing. Unfortunately, that's the case. I don't agree with giving a president immunity, not at all. I don't care whether it's Biden or Trump. They all need to be held accountable. And this is what happens when they're not held accountable. You continue on in office, you lie to the American people, you commit fraud, you allow people to run across the border, drug traffickers, human traffickers, sex traffickers, fentanyl killing our kids, and of course, terrorists. You allow crime to go rampant in our major cities in particular. You disparage those who serve in the military by not treating them with respect, which has been the case, particularly during this administration of Joe Biden, more concerned with woke issues than actually getting them ready to fight wars. And I can go on and on and on. And then, of course, there's the Gestapo of a Biden Justice Department, which is persecuting January 6th peaceful protesters and everyone else who criticizes the Biden administration to keep everybody down. But this is where it is. You know, Biden basically is relegated to coloring books in the White House. And it's a pathetic and sad situation, but it's also high risk for the American people. Now we're going into July 4th weekend. People are going to be out there celebrating, having a good time, but I hope they'll reflect that to maintain liberty in this country, to maintain our independence, we need a president who actually can do the job. And we are dangerously close to watching all of the stuff that we got as a result of July 4th, 1776, the vision and creation of our founding fathers, slip away. Let me make one other interesting observation. Expect Hillary Clinton, who's obviously looking at what's going on right now, start making feelers as to whether she can run for president of the United States. She covets that. She has been jealous even of the Democrats who have taken that position. Watch her make a move. God forbid Hillary Clinton should be president of the United States for many reasons that you know. She's not an honest person either. And there are those on the Republican side that would be the same, in terms of occupying the Oval Office. So we need to think hard and fast. And this is why Freedom Watch has a third Continental Congress. We need a new government, not a new nation. And in fact, one of our tenets is we need to take immunity away from government officials, including the president, as well as judges, federal judges in particular. Everybody needs to be held accountable. Biden says no one's above the law. Well, yes, they are above the law because they assert immunity. And why did the Supreme Court actually reaffirm that? Because they gave themselves immunity. They don't want to chip away at that doctrine where they can do as ever they please as federal judges and justices of the Supreme Court. The American people are at their mercy. They're at their mercy much like the French were in the days, months, and years leading up to the French Revolution when King George XVI and Marie Antoinette said, "Après moi le déluge," after me, the flood. I could care less what happens. Well, we know what happened to them. They were taken to the guillotines, and I'm not advocating that. No violence. This must be done peacefully and legally. But these corrupt leaders must be removed. I don't care who they are, Democrat or Republican, before this country goes under for the count. Right now, we're dealing with a president who is not just corrupt, but he's physically and mentally incapable of being president of the United States. There is no time to waste. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We are your real Justice Department, and we're taking steps. Watch what we do in the next few weeks to further the removal of Joe Biden as president of the United States. God bless you, God bless your family. God save America. And also this July 4th, think about what you can do. Just don't party on. Actually play a role and join Freedom Watch at freedomwatchusa.org, our Justice League. You are the superheroes. You are the people that will save this country with our divine providence and the help of God and his Son. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.